Okay, so welcome to your week 2 packet. And if you're wondering how I know which pages to show you each day, I'm just going by this instruction sheet that was attached to the front of your packet. And each instruction is for, this one is going to be for day 1. And at the top it says week 2, so I know what things to describe to you. We're going to start off today by introducing some new letters. And we have 2 new letters this week. The first one, a lot of you know this letter. It is letter Z. And it stands for the sound Z, Z. Sort of like a buzz. Think of a buzzing bee. You'll notice that uppercase and lowercase z look the same shape. We make them the same way. It's just lowercase z is going to live under the dash line. And now our second letter is Y. Y is a little confusing on its sound because a lot of times the name of the letter gives you a clue for the sound, but for Y, its sound that it stands for is y, like yo-yo and you. So when we see Y, here's uppercase Y, and you'll see that it looks like a V on top and then with a stem below. And then lowercase y, this one has been tricky for us to write. You start on the dash line, angle down, pick up your pencil, almost make a V, then go continue. So we have Y for Y, we have Z for Z. We'll do more work with those later. Our first day today, we're going to be looking at a very familiar page. You all have done these for each letter. I'm going to read you the picture, and if the name of that picture begins with Z, that sound for Z, you're going to circle it. If it does not begin with Z, it's the first sound, Z, then you're going to put an X. All right, so here we go. Zoo. Zoo. Big clue right there. Quilt. Quilt. Zero. Zero. Jar. Jar. Zipper. Zipper. Violin. Violin. Zebra. Zebra. Zigzag. Zigzag. This is called a zigzag line. Gorilla. Gorilla. So check those out. If it began with Z, you've circled the picture, and now you have the names of the pictures. Okay, this side is going to be all about Y. We're going to listen for Y at the beginning of these words, first sound, but this time we're going to write Y, and it's a really good idea to practice writing our letters. So when you write Y, you start on the dash line, angle down, stop. Then you pick up your pencil, go back up to go over a little bit, and then to this dash line, and angle down to touch where you were before, and then continue down below the baseline. All right, so this first picture is a yak, and that's why there is a Y to practice here. Y for yak, okay? And this is a vest, vest. Do you hear Y at the beginning of vest? If you don't, and you know what sound and letter match there, you could write it, but you don't have to. Number 2, yoke. It's pointing to the yoke. And yarn, yarn. Number 3, yo-yo, yo-yo. So if you hear Y, write a Y. Yogurt, yogurt. If I haven't said this before, you know Mrs. Rubel really likes you to practice your lowercase letters. We're all very good at writing uppercase letters, but the lowercase letters are a little trickier and you have to have a little more control. So I do like you to practice your lowercase writing here. Yogurt. Number 4, yawn, yawn, and jump rope. So if that was a little fast for you, again, just pause the video, rewind it, go back to what you need, and then you'll be able to get what you need. We're starting a whole new subject in math this week, and it has to do with measuring things. We're going to compare things. So we want to compare things by their length, and that is how long something is. And I have 2 objects here I'm just going to put here on my little work mat here. And when we compare length, things are going the long way, the length. And it's important that if you're comparing 2 things, that the beginning point is exactly the same. We can't measure it if this one is in the middle. We don't know which one would be longer or which one would be shorter. So these have to be in the same spot, and then we can see that the clothespin is longer. Okay, so we're going to compare length today, how long things are. And this fish is sitting here to help us with that. It wants, the directions are to draw a rectangle above the fish, okay, above the fish that is shorter. So this is how long the fish is. The fish is this long, okay? So I could use something to draw my rectangle along something that's shorter. I could even use the little remote I had in my hand, and I could go ahead and I could trace around that. So you can find a little rectangle, and you can see that it is shorter than the fish. The fish is longer. So below the fish, we want to draw a rectangle that is longer than the fish. And I'm going to test to see if my clothespin is longer. No, it isn't. I'm going to need to find something else that is longer. I do have a little booklet here. It's kind of big, but I could check and see if it is longer. And I'm going to make sure, sorry, let me flip it over. I just have a little booklet. And I'm going to make sure that this is straight, that they start at the same point. And yes, my paper is longer than the fish. So I could even use this and just trace around it. So above the fish, you'll have something shorter, a rectangle shorter, and below the fish, you'll have a rectangle that's longer. So that's all there is to that. When you're looking at things in your house or toys that you're playing with, you probably compare their size all the time. And you don't even realize how good you are at it, which you're about to find out right now. So our vocabulary, the important words to know are length, longer, and shorter. Length is how long or short something is. And we're going to look and compare things to see if they are longer or shorter. Now, lucky for us, all of these pages, we use the same symbols. We circle the objects that are longer. So compare these 2 objects, look for the one that's longer, and you're going to put a circle around it, just one circle. And then you look for the object that's shorter, and here, this is the shorter object, stops here, and you're putting an X on it. So you're going to do that for any picture that has longer or shorter. Now, if the objects are the same length, you just have to draw a line underneath them that almost matches how long they are. So if they would be the same, we would do that. So we're going to show how to do that on this page. So look at number 2. We have 2 nets, One is longer. This is longer because it keeps going. And we're going to put a circle around that because it's longer. And then this is shorter, so we will put an X. For number 3, these start at the same place and they end at the same place. So they are exactly the same length. They are exactly the same length. They are equal length. So since they're equal, we just need to draw a line from the bottom across to the top, as close as we can get to the length of those objects. Just do your best. Okay, so this is on my own. This is the page on my own. And I'm going to show you the objects that you're to look at, and then I'll give you the instructions so you'll know what to do. So number 4, here are 2 logs, and we're measuring the logs. Whichever one is longer, the longer one, you will put a circle around it. Whichever one is shorter, you will put an X on it. So which one is longer, circle it. Which one is shorter, put an X on it. If they're equal or exactly the same length, you just draw a line below, okay? So now look at number 5. Here's 2 turtles. They're facing the other way and their start point is here. So we have to see which one is longer this direction. So it does make a difference where you're starting from, right? So find the longer one and circle it. Find the shorter one, put an X. Find the longer one and circle it. Find the shorter one, put an X. If they're equal, then put a line underneath. This one is a little bit tricky, so I'm just going to see what you think. Find the longer one, put a circle. Find the shorter one, put an X. If they are equal length, you're going to draw a line underneath. Okay, let's go to the back. All right, we have this little snake here, and we are going to draw a shorter snake above this one that's given here. One that's shorter. This is going to be our start point here. And then we're going to draw a longer snake below. Okay? So you're going to have to draw a longer snake below. And I think you can draw a snake. It looks like it's just a curvy line. Go around the corner and then follow your curvy line back. Okay? So decide, where's my first point going to be? Where's its head going to be? And then just say, oh, that one's shorter. I'm going to stop there. And then for your longer one, be sure you start here and make it longer. You might have to go off of the chart a little bit to make it longer for you. Okay, so that is your pages for the first day, day 1. I did want to mention something I didn't last time. Each week you're going to have a handwriting page, and all of you know how to do this. Last week, week 1 was G on the front. And you always need to be as careful as you can with your handwriting, and no floaters, no sinkers, and be sure you trace the words as well. People often ask me what to do with this page, and very easy. Look at the letter, write the same letter below. Look at the letter, write the same letter below. So you're writing each letter 2 times, lowercase and uppercase, okay? And you all know how to fill in this alphabet. You've done it before, but if you need a little help, again, your alphabet chart can help you. We're going to start with letter A, and there is no letter A, so we will need to write that. The next letter is B, and there is no letter B, so we will need to write that, and so on. You're only writing the letters that are missing. So when you get to H, you do not need to write it, but the next letter is missing, so you'll need to write the letter after H right here. Okay, that does it for today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.